Hello everybody, today it is my, I think now, traditional Christmas message. I love recording these videos just as a little sort of bonus, unplanned thing. There is no script, there is almost no prep, and it's currently Christmas Eve. In fact, it's 11:15 on Christmas Eve, and this is going out on Christmas Day. In terms of how I usually do things, that is pretty much lastminute.com. And I spent quite some time trying to think about what it was exactly that I wanted to try and get across in this video. I had these ideas of doing a nice big celebratory kind of super mix of all the things that have happened this year, all the places that I've been, the cars I've got to drive, and the things I've got to do, and I ran out of time. I just ran out of time, but it was really important to me that I did get something out, because I like doing this. I know there are going to be plenty of people out there on Christmas Day desperately trying to hide from their friends, families, or whatever, or who maybe for circumstance, choice, or whatever might be on their own on Christmas Day. Or perhaps out there and still working, keeping everybody else happy. And so to all of those people in particular, I want to say a big thank you on behalf of everybody else. This is going to be a one-taker, it has to be. I got no time on this thing. And really, that's the gist of the video. It's a big thank you to all of you for continuing to watch. In 2024, the channel is going to hit its 8th anniversary. Is it 8th anniversary? Americans like doing this sort of stuff. Anyway, it'll be 8 years since I started the thing. And I've said previously, and will likely say again, that I didn't really think it was going to go the way that it did. I hoped that maybe it would work, and I think, like a lot of these things, you always believe that it's going to work, but deep down you go, yeah, it's not though, is it? It's not though, is it? It happens to other people. It's just not going to happen to you. And it has. And I am phenomenally grateful to all of the people that have tuned in over the years, given me feedback, support, or simply just the views. And it's just been the most wonderful and fantastic ride. Now, this year has been a bit of an odd one. That's my very chirpy, cheery email coming through. This year has been a tricky one. Professionally, it has been the best year of my life. Whatever metric you use to measure, it's been a great year. And I've had 2 record-breaking months that, again, depending on how you measure it, you know, either views, view time, subscribers, or revenue, I've actually had my 2 best months this year. One of which was February and one of which was November. And I managed this year to get my first 1 million view video, which was the Mazda 3. Most unexpected, but still most appreciated. And since that time, another 3 of my videos have now just about crept over the 1 million view mark. I know other channels out there that have made that happen in the first year. It took me 7, but you know what? I got there in the end. And for that, I am extremely grateful. It's really, really easy, I think, in all walks of life, to be somewhat envious of those out there who've maybe been doing the job a little bit less and they seem to have achieved more. But you know what? I'm very, very, very happy with my lot. I touched on this in other videos previously, but on the other side of things, 2023 has not been a great year for me. I lost one of the family members that I was closest to in the middle of it, which was then followed up by the sort of, double hoof in the spuds that was the fact it didn't stop raining for the entirety of what felt like July and half of August. So I sort of had personal issues, professional stress, all sorts of stuff going on. But you know what? It sort of sorted itself out. And there's a thing that a lot of people say, which is that if you love the job that you do, you never work a day in your life. This is just, I've never subscribed to it. I've always believed it to be total and complete nonsense. But what I do say is that if you have a job that you truly enjoy, which I'm very happy to say that I do, or a career, as my mate Ant would want me to say, is not a job, YouTube, it's a career. if you have one that you enjoy, that is the motivation to get you out of bed on those days when things are difficult, when you're not really feeling your best, or life has gotten you down, or something like that. And you know, it's I've been incredibly grateful to it, if for no other reason than when I've needed to be able to stop working, I can do that. I don't have to ask anybody for permission to take time off. I don't have to check with anyone that it's okay that I don't, you know, do the job or whatever. And though, of course, being, you know, YouTuber, self-employed, whatever, has its own restrictions, there is also a great deal of freedom. And to be quite honest, I am totally unemployable. I don't think I'd probably be any good working for anybody ever. So the fact that I've actually managed to make something out of working on YouTube has been just, you know, great. My one regret for this year is the fact that I just haven't really been able to get to all that many car shows. It sounds silly and simple, but I've really, you know, post-COVID, been desperate to try and get back to as many car shows as I can for one simple purpose, which is to try and meet as many of you as I possibly can. All those people that have supported the channel. Some of you have managed to bring over. Some of you managed to bring cars to me, stuff like that. I'm not going to edit this. This is how these things actually come out. This is unrefined, but hopefully they'll, you know, it'll come across a little more authentic. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I love meeting people and just talking about cars. I mean, crikey, I've been doing it for 7.5 years now, and more or less non-stop, and I'm hoping it's going to go on for quite some time. So this year, unfortunately, just because of circumstances, I just wasn't able to get to as many events. Next year, I want to do a whole bunch more. I want to do some more little, like, car, you know, village green car shows, because I absolutely love those. I also want to do a lot more stuff with the amazing people over at the Sporting Bears. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. If you have a really nice car and you've got you know, free time on your hands and you're like sharing your car, please look into what they do. In short, basically, they do passenger rides in cars for children's charities, and it's an amazing group of people. I'm a member. My friend Ben from Dad Cars is a member. He's again someone that I've gotten to know really well through doing YouTube and stuff like that, and it's been sensational. You know, life is a bit of a revolving door, and although this year, you know, I've seen people go out of it, not just because they're no longer on the planet, but for other reasons as well. You know, it's also nice to see people coming into your life, and that's been really quite delightful. And yeah, I think really the main thing to say, well, there's two things I want to say actually. First off is a repeated thank you. Cheers for watching and being super and amazing and helping me through some stuff. But also, I was sat on my sofa watching a film, as people do on Christmas Eve morning, trying to find some sort of inspiration, and then I found it in the strangest of places, which was this. Yeah, it's one of those electric fly racket things, you know, that never really works. And I was looking at this, and it'd fallen behind a sofa or something. We rearranged everything the other day because we have family over. And I was looking at it, and I noticed there is a light on the end. It's got a torch. And I thought, so you know what this is? It's electric, and you know, if there are flies annoying you, you're supposed to swat them. I don't really like using it, but somebody at some point thought, you know what? Do you know how we can improve this? We can put a torch at the end of it. So then I started thinking, like, well, so in what scenarios is that useful? I mean, is this for people that want to go and swat flies at night? In which case, you're going to have to walk around the place, you know, like some sort of secret agent doing that sort of thing. And then when you see the fly, well, the torch point's down here, the racket is up here, so you're just going to hurt yourself, aren't you? Or did they think, you know what, this would be really helpful? We want a combined fly swat and torch. Two useful things. Two things you need all the time. And if the power goes out, am I going to shout, honey, get the fly swatter? I mean, why? Just why? Somebody... Oh, I better not touch that. That'll give you something to laugh about on Christmas Day, won't it? But yeah, you know, things could be worse. You could be the person who thought that it was a great idea to put a torch on the end of a fly swat. Maybe you're supposed to blind them. Have I been using this wrong? Are you supposed to, you know, see the flies, blind them, while they're stunned, you're going for the kill? I don't know about this. Anyway, 2023 has been a bit unusual, but it's had lots and lots of ups to go with the downs, and for that, thank you again. And if you've got a suggestion of a little car show that I should come to next year with whatever car it may be you'd like to see, please do drop me an email. And other than that, I hope whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're having a half decent Christmas day, or if you're not Christmassy inclined, you know, a passable 25th of December. See you next year. Bye-bye.